Paulie D, 2022. In the remote coastal town Onslow, Western Australia, a post-cyclonic expedition sees a man and a dog discover an abandoned fishing boat. The writer acknowledges the original custodial owners of the land, particularly the Thanlangi people, and pays respects to elders, past, present and emerging. Yesterday's storm was followed by a record temperature high of 33.7 degrees at 5 a.m. this morning. Expected top today, 43 degrees. Sally Dickens, Newsroom, 102.7 FM. The radio chatter fades as Jeb and Max leave for their customary sunrise exploration through the airport's remote coastline. Reliably, the sun shyly emerges on the sly horizon as pastel hues deepen to bloody spectacular intensity. The Indian Ocean has mostly settled but is still a little uneasy and uncomfortable from last night's tantrum. The resulting debris, seaweed and driftwood lies strewn, entangled, stranded on wind-whipped dunes of purified white sand. There is nothing else here but the vast expanse of sky, sand, scrub, sea. Here, in this coastal sunrise, the sun-gilded frame reveals the bruised palette of lavender, charcoal, magenta, burnt orange, pink, yellow and red. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in morning, sailor's warning. Pausing, Jeb observes flickering hues of glowering, victorious, early morning light. Max barks in binary light, chasing waves, sticks, gulls. Max spots it first, a small, directionless, unanchored fishing boat, bobbing widdershins in a deceptively calm tide. Alerted, Jeb instructs Max ahead. The border collie's black and white flashes soft ears stream in quickening coastal wind. Max dashes helter-skelter, skidding, spraying particled flecks of sand. By the time Jeb catches up, Max faces the boat, portrait still, nose pointed and ears flattened by gusts, trying to detect scents or sounds, anything really, that indicates occupation. The swirling boat appears to be empty, but Max barks stridently and Jeb cooees. Cooee! The sounds struggle against squalls that slap back, boomerang sharp, directly into the face and beyond, echoing in aqua wilderness. Lapping waves reverberate. Geez, I reckon it's empty, mate, Jeb says. Winds gale, waves pitch, louder, higher, frothy. Waves build enthusiastically, edging to join the discordant choir. Max cocks his head. Maybe we should go look for 'em, mate. Not too many places they could go, right? Winds exhale loudly. The fierce whistling pushes Jeb and Max inland, scratching, scraping through sand and salt-coated tea tree shrubs. At 39 or so degrees, the abandoned airstrip stretches and shimmers. The long silver ribbon undulates, a wavering, dizzy mirage. Once a slightly occupied coastal strip, responsible for moving cargo from sea to air, air to sea, the strip still hosts its derelict building. Laden with tumbleweeds, sea salt, spiders' webs, it's now commandeered by buzzing march flies and colonies of busy, vicious bull ants. Sagging desolately in the thirsty field of dusty red earth, with peeling paint, rusted iron roof and cracked tinted glass, the building's lonely door claps a fragmented paradiddle to the windy aftermath of yesterday's storm. Behind the dilapidated building, a man slumps against parched, peeling weatherboard, exposed to the blistering mid-morning sun. Dehydrated, exhausted, and in desperate need of water, The taps that run from the tanks by the airstrip are corroded. The tanks themselves bone dry. Rain has not graced this place for a geological age, and it's difficult for the unaccustomed, the injured, the lost, to survive this harsh landscape. Between him, the fishing net bulges with the rescued remains of his reason to be here, his future, his kingdom, his children, his purpose, his dreams. Now diminished from 100 to 6, maybe even 7 kilos, the bound, gaffer-taped, waterproofed plastic packages sweat and blister under scorching sun. Pure, unadulterated heroin. After this morning's post-cyclonic expedition, Jeb feels uneasy and Max paces. Dogs know stuff. They sense the storm an hour or a day before. They understand the universe more intuitively than humans. By 9:30ish, Jeb, still unsettled, consults Max. "What you reckon, mate? Shall we call the coppers?" Max looks directly at Jeb. Tail thumps. "All right, mate. Yep, buddy, reckon you're right. Let's do it." He grabs the phone. Much of the morning is spent trying to contact Sergeant Peters, but phone lines have been damaged by the cyclone, and they are waiting for the Telstra technician to arrive. This is not unusual, so Jeb and Max jump in the Jeep to the local cop shop. When they arrive, Sergeant Peters isn't in, but Kim's there. Kim's not a copper, but seriously, mate, she bloody well should be, for all her guns and smarts and sass. "G'day, Kim. Sarge around?" "Nah, mate," Kim replies. "Gone to the Telstra Tower thingy to meet the techo there. Line's down again. Fucking annoying as." "Yeah, I reckon so." "Nothing I can help you with?" "Nah, yeah, maybe. Something's a bit off, I reckon." Jeb tells Kim about what Max and him found at the beach. Swirling empty boat, missing sailor, the sense of doom, abandonment or disaster. Over the hissing, staticky radio, Kim manages to get hold of Sergeant Colin Peters, who manages to get hold of Staff Sergeant Ronnie Roberts, who manages to get hold of First Nation elder and tracker, proud Thanlangi man, Diali Walker. Gathering on the beach like gulls, Cole, Jeb and Kim suggest Uncle, Darley and Max lead the expedition. Darley moves slowly and lightly. Despite his 63 years or thereabouts, barefooted, he bends like a sapling, crouching, examining, observing, sifting. Max snuffles and sniffs, searching for who knows what. On the beach, ant-like, grouped together, carefully spread apart, they move toward the airstrip under the fully fledged midday, melting, glaring Western Australian sun. The once mildly busy, now neglected shack sits in its static, dejected posture, apart from the shimmering, overgrown mirage that once harboured safe landings. No longer any safety here, no respite, no forgiveness. Suns beat down harsh and merciless as God's wrath sounds the golden triangle. Behind the shed, under the full, vengeful, punishing glare of the sun, he lies, undiscovered, unconscious, parched, desperate, doomed. As the search party approaches, calling, cooeing, barking, irony appears in the form of a heavy grey rain cloud, dwelling high above the abandoned airport in an otherwise clear blue sky. Hesitant, fat raindrops spatter and burst intermittently on burning asphalt, just not quite enough to save the condemned.